I put things on YouTube, and I've actually taken a little break. So I'm gonna try to put some more stuff up there, get some more subscribers. Over the summer, we had like 21 subscribers. I'm up to 33. So I don't care, even if I get one a year or whatever. It's no big deal. But we do water sports. I do YouTube. Jake does stuff. I do weird stuff, crazy stuff. I'm working on one now from like 2 weeks ago that I should have put up right away or what have you. But here's one that's interesting. So it's talking about like self-care. So when you make decisions, you should make decisions that are best for you. This is what today's mainstream media is putting out. This is what today's youth is learning. This is what's going. You're making decisions. What is best for you? So take that relationship wise. So there's two parties, and I'm making a decision that's best for me. Well, that person isn't like me. So that person's making a decision that fits them best. Those decisions sometimes can be a conflict. That conflict creates a fight, argument, conversation. Don't even take it big, but either way that creates stress. So, I'm reading some of this self-care 101. How self-care makes you healthy and happy. So you got to look at self-care. So I'm going to go down to a list, and I'm going to tell you some of the things that I did. This is what caught my attention is, because some of these things, I do already not realizing. But so I'm in the fire department. I've been in the fire department for years. So I make a decision that's not best for me. I make a decision that's best for everybody. So I go out on a fire truck. I'm making a decision that's going to save the day. I pull up on a situation that I need to make a decision that's going to save everyone, best for everyone. We have policies in place. Those policies are made for the best of everyone. So you see where I'm going with this? Everything I've been taught all the way up through the ranks. So now where I'm making those decisions, where I make policies, where I help with decisions, you're thinking what's best for the department? What's best for every guy? What policy will work for every person? Maybe not work, but what's best? Reword that. What's best for every person? So I think of things, what is best for every person? So I've gone through my whole life. I got, I'm be 50 in a couple months. I started riding fire trucks when I was 16. I've been around a fire department all my life. Dad rode fire trucks. I was up volunteering since I was age 14. I started actually being on the fire truck age 16. My mom was a police officer. I was, riding around in police cars like at age 3, 4. You can't do that nowadays, but that's how it was back in the day. I was in police cars. The doors would get locked. My mom tell me stay in the car, and she'd go out on a chasing somebody, and I'd be out the window watching. Hey, that's cool. So is what it is. So I'm brought up in a different timeline, I guess. So where I'm going with that is when I make decisions, I have been programmed at my age and my job to make decisions best for everybody. So I come home and I apply that to my home life. So I come home, what's best for the kids? Everything's what's best for the kids. So I make a decision, all right, let's do this. You get yourself in a relationship, what's best for this? What does she want? Everybody makes fun of, couples can never decide where to eat because both those couples don't want to say, hey, I want Taco Bell. Damn, I hate Taco Bell. I don't want to go to Taco Bell. All right, I'll go to Taco Bell just for you. Well, the other person's like, well, I don't want you going to Taco Bell just because of me. I know you like Five Guys, but I don't like Five Guys. Let's go to Five Guys. I'll go there, just because of you. So now, all that stress, it really is. It creates stress. And I can hold this cup of stress. This is fine. I can hold that for a couple minutes. So you take a little argument like that. I hold this little cup. And then the next day you get a little more stress stuff you're thinking about. Now it's a full cup of, oh, what is this? A rum and coke? Shit. Well, you hold it. If I hold this for a couple minutes, It's fine. No big deal. But if I were to hold this cup just like this, if I were to hold this cup of stress like this for 2 days, I physically cannot hold this cup for 2 days. I can't do it. So the same thing happens with stress. I can't hold on to that. The longer I hold on to the stress, the worse physical condition I get in. My arm starts to fatigue. It starts to drop. I get grumpy. I get mad. I get angry. So where is that fine line? Again, I was brought up where I'm making decisions for the best of everybody. Now I'm being taught, you go to therapy, you talk to someone, they help you. You have relationship problems, you go to marriage counseling. You go through that stuff and they're like, hey, do what's best for you, blah, 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 blah. Well, again, I'm in the fire department. How does that work? So I think I'm glad I'm about to retire because I think I really do need some of that self-care. But I have young kids. How do I make decisions where I need self-care? I need to go on a trip. I need to go on a fishing trip. I need to go to Vegas for the weekend. But I got kids. How do you do that? Where's that fine medium? And so I found this list, and this list was really good. So it's like what I tell you. Let me slide back down here. It was something 101, self-care 101, how self-care makes you healthy and happy. So I found this list, and I applied it to myself. So you got to make everything positive. I think there's songs out about it. It's like, don't think about what you don't have, think about what you do have. There's all kinds of stuff, but always make positive. If I put mentally in my head, I'm starting out mentally. I wake up in the morning. You know why I'm happy? Because I'm in a good mood. I tell myself in the morning I'm in a good mood. What frustrates you? So I'm a single dad. So it's frustrating to be alone. It's frustrating to, not have someone. It's, the empty bed syndrome, I can keep going. I'm sitting down here by myself, whatever. So erase that. Stop thinking about that. Get that out of your head. Don't worry about the stuff you don't have. Think about the stuff you do have. I got off work at 7 this morning. I have a job. That's a positive. First thing in the morning, I'm already positive. I got a job. Went and picked up my kids. I have kids that we share custody of. They came right to my house. It's not like I only get my kids on weekends. I only get my kids when I'm off. I have my kids. That's a positive. Went and picked my kids up. We went by the grocery store. First thing I said is, boys, what do you want? Is that self-care? Not necessarily self-care. So apply some of this stuff to yourself. What do you guys want? So Nicholas got what he wanted. He got some cereal. He got some chips. He got some, whatever. Jacob got some chicken nuggets. I got some chicken wings that we're going to make for lunch later today. I got some bread for sandwiches, some ham, hamburgers, I think. So we basically each had our own supply. So I empowered them. Hang on a second.
1 second, YouTube.
Say 1 second, YouTube.
1 second. I'm a leaving.
Hold up. There we go, all mixed up. So let's show. So we got that. It's got some candies in here.
We got that.
Here you go. Take that in one hand. Hang on. Whoop. Fold it up so you don't get all yucky. There you go. Take that and throw that in the trash. Very good. That was one of the items that Nikki picked out as a yogurt. So boy got yogurt and it's got cookie crumbs in the top. So then you mix them together, stir it up, because if it came pre-stirred, cookie crumbs would get soggy, yucky, everything else. So I just mixed it in, stirred it up. Now Nikki's go that. So we each had our own shopping list. So Nicholas is happy he's got self-care because he picked his own stuff out. Jacob picked his own stuff out. I picked my own stuff out. So then we put the stuff up there. So try to do, you're doing what's best for your family, but you're also empowering them to make their own decisions and giving them their self-care. So that's where that compromise comes in. So, so back to this list. Self-care. I don't necessarily know the fine line, and I've been divorced twice. And I think some of that is because I make decisions that's best for everybody, and you always get the, hey, you got to make a decision. I'm tired of you being so wishy-washy. I'm tired of you being, make a decision. Make a decision. Tell me what's going on. Make a decision, and that's hard. And I think my mom brought me up very well where I'm a gentleman. I hold the door open for people. When I go out, I buy dinner, and I feel as the man, not necessarily a feminist, I'm a man, I must do anything, no, women are equal and all that. It has nothing to do with that. I'm a gentleman. I absolutely know that you are able to pay for your own food. I know you are able to do it, but I want to do it for you. I want to do it for you. I know you're able, but I want to. So, like I said, all that's a fine line. But, so I read this thing here, and it talks about, I'm willing to be next. I'm willing to bet that you have 10 minutes a day you can spare for yourself. So 10 minutes a day for yourself. And if you don't, break it down even further by doing 5 minutes of self-care in the morning and 5 minutes in the night. It's simple. So take that, I got to take my kids to school. So I wake up in the morning. I got to make my kids breakfast. I got to pack them lunch. I've got to run them to school. I got to pick them up. I got 1.5 day pre-K. So I got to pick him up. Then I got to go, you constantly running around everything else. Then I put the kids to bed. Now I'm tired. I lay down, I want to take my shower. I just want to relax. So do you not have 5 minutes in the morning? And do you not have 5 minutes in the evening? Do you just not have 10 minutes at all? So here's a list, man. I'm reading right from this Self-Care 101. So the very first thing is massage or manicure. The very first thing on here is massage or manicure. So I definitely love a good manicure. I love my nails getting done because when I cut them too short. I get hangnails. I get everything else. I don't file them right. All that stuff matters. That's what gives guys hangnails. The cuticles get all messed up or whatever. Go to a nail place. Let them do your nails, even if it's only once a month or something like that. Actually do that, man. That's really good self-care. Gives you a relaxed time. Your nails really do feel better. I do that. Maybe not as much as I should. But a massage or a manicure. So I am a member of Massage Envy, and they take like $60 out a month or something like that. So I'm really behind on sessions. So I've been going like once a month. No, take that back. I'm really behind on sessions. So I've been going like once a week, once every 2 weeks. So I went last week, and then this week they had early dismissals. They had something going on. So I'm going again next week. I've already got my appointments in place. So I dropped Jacob off at school. I dropped Nick off at school. I run and get a 90-minute massage, man. I lay down, get a 90-minute massage and Massage Envy. Then I go pick Nick up from school. Then we come, and the running around continues. So you got that running around, but I've allotted myself, not only 10 minutes, but a 90-minute massage. Man, what more could you ask for? Then it says candlelit hot shower or bath with Epsom salt. So I'll take the boys, I'll give them their tubs or showers. They call them spin and rinses, depending how dirty they are or whatever, we'll do a spin and rinse. I get them in bed. Once they're laying down, I'll actually take a hot bath. I'm 6'5". My tub's not that big, so I don't fit in it very well, but I do cram myself in the tub, and I put Epsom salt in there. And then I got lavender oil drops, so I put the lavender oil drops. They say that the lavender is calming, relaxing, everything else. So you sit in the Epsom salt, supposed to get into your body, add things, give you some energy and stuff like that. I don't necessarily know if that works or not. Can't really say either way, but I do that. I take an Epsom salt bath at least once a week. Relax in the tub. Sit in there, close the door. Gets all hot and steamy in there. It's self-care, something for me. Then it says trading a foot rub. I don't know who I would trade a foot rub with, But most of the people that know me know I love a foot rub. I will probably do anything for a foot rub. Just reading this on the list that says trading a foot rub actually kind of cracks me up, because there is an inside joke with my inner circle that know me about a foot rub. Oh yeah, I'm just trying to get my feet rubbed, man. So that's an inside joke. You may get it down the road. I'm not going to say now, but trading a foot rub, I have no problem rubbing your feet, and I do enjoy touch. So, put your feet on my lap, man. I'll rub your feet. You rub my feet, good night, whatever. Buy yourself a fancy candle. So the people that know me know I have Yankee candles. Right now I have Coconut Beach is what I have laying around the house right now, Coconut Beach. So my house smells pretty good. It smells coconutty, whatever. It's a man house. Sometimes you smell feet. Sometimes you smell, whatever. It's a man house, whatever. But when you walk in my house, you smell Coconut Beach. So I just try to cover that man smell up. You know what I'm saying? But buy yourself a fancy candle. So I did that. Leave work early for a yoga class. Probably never going to do a yoga class. So that is what it is. But I've already done 4. I've already done 4 out of the 5 things on this list I do on the norm. Taking the 10-minute break to go for a walk. So I walk a lot. So when I'm at work, I walk around the engine bay. I just lap, just keep doing laps. I take time, I think, relax, zone out, just walk around. I'm getting my self-care in, man. I'm going for a walk. That helps me. Around my neighborhood, I walk around my neighborhood. There's a lake right down the street. I got a beach, a couple blocks away. So we'll go down to the beach. The boys will play on the swing set, and I'll actually walk on the beach back and forth. So take yourself a 10-minute walk. How hard is that? This is pay extra for the Coca Mocha or almond milk latte, no sugar. I'm no latte guy. I'm no coffee guy. I'm no almond milk guy. So that's not getting done on the list. But again, I've already done 7 out of the 5 things on the list, or 5. I've already done 5 of the 7 things already on the list. So look how far I'm doing. Read a fun book. So don't think book like as in, I got to read a book. Some people aren't into that. Some people are. I hear from everybody. Read a book. It helps you go to sleep, whatever. So I do have fun books. I do have articles. I'm reading one now. So you can read them online. So again, I'm reading a book right now. Curling up in a blanket and Netflix. So right now, this particular second, I'm watching Shameless. So I get the boys asleep. I get in bed, put my pillows under my chest. I lay on my stomach, wrap up in the blanket, put the iPad in front of me, and I watch Netflix, and I watch Shameless. So there's another one, curling up in a blanket and watching Netflix. I do this. Read a book to your kids by candlelight. So Jake does reading for first grade. We got a lot of kids' book or whatever. The kids' books have writing that big. Takes you 3 minutes to read a book. You know what I'm saying? I have candles already lit because it smells good. Evening time, gets dark, turn all the lights off, have a candle going, read your kids a book. Take time, read your kids a book. All this stuff is simple, man. Asking your kids to give you a back massage. So I'm laying on the bed, I'm watching my Netflix, whatever. Normally I get the kids to go to bed, but if they're still awake, if I said, hey, will you guys rub on my back? Man, them boys might not be the best, but how cute is that, man? You got a 5 and 7-year-old rubbing on your back, trying to do the best they can or whatever, man. That's just cute, okay? So again, all this stuff's simple, man. I'm reading, watch inspirational videos. For the people that really know me, I really enjoy Will Smith. If you go to Will Smith and look at some of his inspirational stuff, man, he's really got good stuff. I really enjoy it. The best things in life are placed on the other side of fear. So, he uses the thing about going skydiving, and the night before he's scared, driving to the airport, he's scared. He's like, why is he scared? There's no reason to be scared at that point. So once he actually jumped out the plane and was going down, he's like, man, this is the most beautiful thing. So he had to jump that hurdle. He had to get over fear for one of the best experiences of his life. So life places some of the best things in life on the other side of fear. So just because you're scared of something, you've got to get out of your comfort zone. That helps you grow. Get outside your comfort zone. That makes you stronger. That helps you grow. That gains you experience. Get out of that comfort zone. The best things on life are placed on the other side of fear. And that's a Will Smith thing. So again, I really enjoy the inspirational videos. I watch that stuff. Cutting vegetables to music. I love listening to music. I was listening to it upstairs earlier. I'm not a big chopping vegetables guy, but you can prepare dinner, you can prepare lunch, you can make the kids sandwiches while listening to music. Same type of thing. Journaling. Believe it or not, this is what I'm doing now. I've got YouTube videos. The boys go out and ride their four-wheelers. I video that. So I do the video journaling. Everything on this list that I'm reading, I do already. And that just makes me feel so good inside. So with all this being said, I'm not even going to finish. And at this point, I'm rambling on or whatever. But what I want to tell people out there is most of the stuff you're already doing, and you're coming at life negative. I don't have this. This happened to me. I'm missing this. I don't have this. But when I just read that list, I was so excited of how much stuff I already do, how much positive things I already do. How can you be sad? How can you be negative? How can you be down? When I woke up this morning and said, I am going to be in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. I'm reading things. I'm trying to do some of my self-care. I'm relaxing. All the things that I'm relaxing, doing, reading, everything's telling me that the things I should be doing, I'm already doing. So I think the biggest thing is the compromise of when the other person comes in. And like I just used the grocery store, for example, I might not want the kids to have sugar or whatever, but let's face it, the boys want to buy their brownies. That's on their list. You buy your brownies. You want to buy your candy, whatever. When we got home, I hid the candy. I put the candy up. Let's change that to positive. So now in the evening when they're acting up, they're tired, they're being rough or whatever. Hey, would you like one of your brownies that you bought this morning? If you can clean the house up, sit down, get your PJs on, and relax, I'll give you one of your brownies for an evening dessert. They will knock that out so fast. So now you just took that possible negative snowballing, stressful situation, and you turned it around. So the idea is turning it around is you've got to grab a situation. If a dam breaks, you cannot stop the water. If that dam breaks, you can't stand in front of it and stop that water. You just cannot do it. So you got to let the water flow. Somebody starts yelling at you, somebody's venting, somebody's whatever. Worst thing you do is say, calm down. They're not going to calm down. Let the water flow. That's one of my biggest things. I always say is let the water flow. People, look, let the water flow. What are you talking about? That's another inside thing with me. If a dam breaks, the water comes crashing down, you've got to let the water flow. That roughness is happening. You can't intervene or do damage control until the water has calmed down. Let the water flow. Just let the water flow. When the water is done, we do damage control. I try to get to the bottom, get in front of it. I try to curve it. I try to get a little control of it. I try to aim it, curve it. Other than that, once the water's settled, everything that was destroyed in that rant, that break, that explosion, whatever the situation is, that's when we start fixing it. Let the water flow. We'll do damage control afterwards. Let everybody calm down. Let everybody chill out. That's called learning experiences. What everybody should do every day, you should learn and cope. You need to learn and cope. Only two things on your agenda all day long. Whatever decision I make, whether it was good, whether it was bad, you learn from it. This morning's grocery store thing, I thought it turned out very well, so I learned from that. That works, we're going to keep doing that. If it didn't work, we'll curve it. How can we get it to curve? How can we get it so it works for us? So you learn. You want to learn every single day. So some of the decisions you make, you may have learned something negative. Don't look at the negative you learned. Look at what you learned as a positive. I learned this from that situation. That didn't work at all. So next time, let's try this. So turn it into positive. Now you cope. Sometimes that's very stressful. Sometimes it is very stressful. So how do we cope with the dam has broke, the water's still flowing. I can't stop that water from flowing. How do I cope with that situation that's happening right now? If I start yelling, that's only going to make matters worse. I'm not saying that I don't yell. I get excited. I get crazy. But over time, I've learned from experience that, yeah, I get wound up, man. The heat of the moment, man, you get wound up. Didn't work. So cope. How do we cope with the situation going on at that time? At the end of the day, I have learned something. I'm relaxing in my Epsom salt hot tub because I've coped throughout the day. As a matter of fact, that's still a method of coping, sitting in my thing. I've got I found online, so go to Coping Bingo Board. Coping Bingo Board. It's a little chart set up just like a bingo card. It says like reading, listening to music, everything like that. So what I like to do is when I have a situation, when I start feeling stressful, when I start feeling whatever, I try to walk away, try to calm down, start thinking of the positive, start thinking, how can I change this around? We got to turn that negative energy off and curve it. How do we curve that? So I look at my bingo board and it says read. So I'll start reading. Listen to music. I start listening to music. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get a diagonal. I'm trying to get an up and down. I'm trying to get four corners. What I've done is I've changed that situation into a game. Now I'm trying to look at my coping board and trying to get my 5 in a row, and I'm like, woohoo, I got 5 in a row. Now I'm excited about a situation 10 minutes ago I was stressed over. So think about that. That's coping. So how do I cope with this situation? Everybody has their own ways of coping. But, I rambled on. If you could have got a little something out of this, that's great. Most people probably already turned this off by now. If you made it to the end of this, like and subscribe, because I got all kinds of crap where I just ramble about nothing. But, hey, man, like and subscribe. Life is good. Be positive in life, man. That's it, man. All right, peace out.